Hello and welcome to the Functional Tennis Podcast with me, your host, Fabio. Every week I speak to the big hitters in the world of tennis, both on and off the court, about the game and how we can all get 1% better every day at what we do. As an ex-national team player, I know exactly how tough this can be, so I'm on a journey to get the very best tips and advice from the world of tennis. Last time on the Functional Tennis Podcast, I spoke to coach Mark Gellard. In our conversation, Mark explained why players need to coach themselves during matches. We chat about Mark's work with WTA top 20 player Magda Linette, and I asked him what the difference is between a top 100 player, where Magda spent so much time, and a top 20 player where she is today. I enjoyed how he breaks up the training sessions, and when he mentions how they train to win, I found that really interesting. It was a great chat with a top coach, and there's a lot of people that can learn so much. So if you want to learn some tips and tricks, head back and listen to that episode with Mark. I also released a bonus solo episode. It's based on the IMG Future Stars event, which I was at the Thai Club in Athens, Greece, which features some of the best under 12s in the world. And I came up with what I thought makes these kids so special and why they're the best in the world. So if you have any interest in that, please give that a listen. This week on the podcast, I chat to parent and coach Cinzia Giovinco, who I met while at the IMG Future Stars events in Greece. Cinzia is the parent to two top juniors, 15-year-old Tyra and 11-year-old Tyson Grant. She's heavily involved in the coaching of Tyra and Tyson, though a bit less now with Tyra. She travels with them as they perform in top junior competitions all around the world, and she plays a pivotal role in all aspects of their career. In our conversation, Cinzia explains how she manages to balance the role on the court along with the role off the court as a parent. She also describes why parents are the most important influence on the development of junior players and how encouraging kids to have fun is the key to a long career. But first, let's learn more about Cinzia and how she became involved in tennis. Cinzia, welcome to the Functional Tennis Podcast. How are you?
Thank you. Really good. Thank you.
So let's start this off. You're a tennis parent, tennis coach. You play a big role in your kids' tennis, and we're going to talk about the role you play. You've two successful juniors, and they've a long way to go. So I'm interested to see how you're going to handle that. Let's start off. We're in the IMG Future Stars. We're in Greece. Beautiful place.
Amazing.
You were here last year.
Yeah.
First of all, let's start. What did you learn from being here last year?
I learned a lot about, it's a special environment, this place, because you deal with the best kids in the world. So, of course, you have chance to speak with the coach to see how the routine is different in different part of the world, like Sweden, handling different way than Spain. And so for me, there is no one way right. So you got to choose what is work for your athlete, but it's even more difficult for parents sometimes because, you got to play double side. But for me, it's beautiful, a great occasion because I learn a lot. I stay with my ears open to see what is the different people do than what I do. So, it's a great opportunity. And compete, not just the single match, then, at this age you can win or lose, it doesn't matter, no? It's under 12, who cares? I've fallen from really close the develop of Yannick Sinner because my kids was in the same academy. And Yannick, when he was a kid, he didn't win a lot. Everybody know that. So, and I was wondering, how it is so good he don't win? And when I grew up in the tennis way, grew up, learn more, I understand, and it's a really long process. And this process depends a lot about in the way we transfer the information and what we are able to transfer. So for me, this occasion in IMG Future Stars is unbelievable because it's the best kids here. So more than the kids, I'm interested to see the process of the parents, in the way they coach, they speak, the coach to the athlete, what they do different than me. If they do better or worse, it's a confrontation, no?
Yeah, you learn. Well, I did hear something about you now that it's quite good that when you were at Piatti, you spent 6 or 7 years there, was it?
Yeah.
And the Piatti method or model, you know it better than most coaches.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive. So your kids have an advantage that you're And I did hear you're willing to learn a lot. So you're just backing up what you're saying here. But so let's go back. When did this whole tennis, for you, when did you first start getting involved in tennis and why?
I decided to move with my kids from the city where I was living, then it's far 3 hours from Piatti, when Tyra, she was like 80 years old and Tyson, he was 4, so really young. And Piatti didn't exist back in the day. It was just few courts with Yannick, with Sansonova. This is a girl, Yuda, then she's played like top 20. It was unbelievable good assignment because he was triple player. Riccardo there, he was amazing, like the paradise of the tennis. And I have a chance to stay in the court with Piatti, then for me is one of the best coach ever in the world. Probably the best. So I learn, and you know, when you have passion, you really want to stay to the best to learn as much as possible. And like I do now, I stay with him in the court, come back and write note. I have a million notebook, then I file with the statement. He work a lot in the technique, he work a lot in the psychological part, so I learn a lot about that.
And tell me, how do you describe like your exact role if somebody comes up to you and goes, Cinzia, what do you do? What's your role? How would you explain it best?
Well, what I'm saying is just put it in this way. But, you know, I don't want to I try to make you understand the right way. You can coach, you can choose and change different coach. Besides Nadal, not a lot of people have the same coach. But what the parents really do is to know as much as possible the son or the daughter, to understand when is come the time to move, when is come the time to compete more, when is come the time to slow down, when you got to protect from like expectation, when is dangerous because they're not really well motivated, they need more psychological situation than more athletic, for example. You know, coaches have a really great role, but coaches coach everybody, you know, so my team is my kids. For my kids, I'm the best part of the team because I'm in this moment when I will be older, of course, I'm a sped and they will take decision by themselves. But if something wrong with them, I take 90% of the responsibility. I choose wrong academy. I choose wrong time to put in the ITF, for example, and quit too soon the tennis Europe, because it's not always then you go fast is the right way. So some parents think, I gotta just skip this, I gotta go straight, and it depends on the kids. Like for example, some parents put the kids in the school in advance, somebody waits. So parents for me is the most important person in the athlete kids, because they know, coach in the academy how many players they have. You know, if you come good or the other one, it doesn't matter, you know. No, not offend nobody, but for the parents, the kids are the war. Child is finished there. Academy for me is 2 kids because I have 2. One is one. So you got to put 100% on that. So that's why you got to move as a puzzle. The right step, otherwise is a big problem.
So you're really, obviously, you're taking in all
supervisor,
these... You're taking in all the inputs and the trainers, the doctors, the nutritionists, you're sort of picking everything. All them, making sure the right people's... For example, I see if Tyra hitting sometimes he stresses too much, okay. Let's go back to the nutritional. Let's see what we can supply. If she needs vitamin, we need to reduce the carb. It's something like, a coach is good, technical, but make an athlete require 360 degrees. First of all, mind. So, the mind, everybody depend how much the parents are able to give to discipline and how they can take care of bad situation and teach to the kids how go through bad situation, and for me it's an important thing. And is it difficult spending? And you could be at this. We'll talk about where you're training at the minute, but you could be at the academy 6, 7, 8 hours a day. Like it's quite, and you're it's how do you manage that? Like for you, how do you you're taking care of both kids, which is a full-time job, one, you're being a mother as well. How do you manage all that?
Of course, I can tell you honestly, you don't have no more life. Yeah, you gotta give up life. Friends, nothing. Like the maximum I do, now we move in US, in the national team, American national team. The maximum I can do is speak sometimes with the family in Italy, because of course, like you gotta stay, if you want a good result, like if you have a company, if you lose somebody else, you know, take care, of course the company fell down. If you don't give the right input to the kids, I'm there when you sacrifice, when you suffer in the court, I'm there with you. How you can pretend that you do good? Say, okay, you go to shopping, and when I'm sacrificing the court, I cannot even be able to teach, look, you gotta do better, you gotta, you know. So I gotta be the first example, and I gotta try to stay in both positions to organize. Sometimes they have practice in the same time. So you gotta squeeze in one side to the other one and see maybe in that moment Tyson need more, so I leave a little bit Tyra and stay more with Tyson. I gotta do stuff like that. For example, now my daughter, she is in US. She just finished play Billie Jean Cup, the world champion, and she did really well. So I see that she was moving well, so I'm here with Tyson. Then in this moment, he's younger, need more attention. And it's hard, because I have a boy and girl, different age, you know, even like different. She play ITF, about to jump probably in the 25, 15K.
And she's only 15.
She just turned 15.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she will play probably this year. She will play Roland Garros, Wimbledon, and US Open. And Tyson, he just start to do now tournament, because, you know, also I'm the type of parents that I don't like to kill with tournament. For me, tournament, it gotta be easy good, because you learn compete, but if it's too much, you burn. I see a lot of kids do that, definitely. I'm agree with Serena Williams' father, and I agree with Piatti about that. Tournament is amazing, but when you have the brain to handle. Do you understand? Like some kids cannot accept the lose. My son lose today.
Yeah, tell me, how did your son, it was first set was one-way traffic.
Yeah.
Second set, he had a bit of a comeback coming on. And did it end up 6-2, 6-3, was it second set?
Like that.
And what did you say to him after the match?
First of all, I like to make him understand, I make him speak him to understand what is the point of view. So he told me, definitely, he told me that this is the worst, definitely, I'm far from what I thought I was. He recognized that he need to work much more. And I said, you know what? It's a great idea you came here to compete with the best, because you understand now that, you know, he has a really good, great, for me not good, great talent. Yeah. It's super difficult to see. I travel a lot, like can do with the hands everything. But this is tricky. This is super tricky. When you kid, you are a great talent. You think you can work less than everybody else. But you know, everybody knows that discipline and dedication pay more than the talent. So deal with the kids with talent is 10 times difficult, because you know he can reach, he can do everything, but in the hand, you gotta put 100%. So now this is perfect. For me, lose when you kids is super important, because it make you understand that you are nobody, that you gotta work. And if you learn to work, if you are really skilled, this is bingo. But if you are skilled and you don't need to work, you will lose yourself in the project, you know. So now for me it's heaven, because we sit down in the table with the coach, say, yeah, you're totally right. Because, you know, many times say, Tyson, you need to work more. You win easy, but this is not the reality. You know, even in America, it was win with bigger kids. This is not reality. It will never happen like in tennis player, you know, lose more than win. Yeah. This is the reality. But depend how you lose. If you lose and you give 100%, you leave everything in the court, is nothing to regret. If you lose and you know you can do 10 times more, this is hurts. And that's why it was hurt. So I didn't put my 100%, I didn't put not 30%, because I was cruising. He was winning with this skill last year, 6-1, 6-0. So now he was cruising, and this is not the state of mind. So for me, it's perfect, because better learn the lesson when this age, staying in the mind, hurt, to move and improve. Otherwise, if you always win, you don't improve. I can tell you without mention name, because it's not correct. But before we go in US, one of Tyra coach and Tyson have this problem. He was number one. He won Wimbledon, number one junior every year. He was playing practice here in America. this became a problem because you don't think you gotta work to change and to improve because you win easy.
I know this story, and I'm
going
to talk about it because we had him on the podcast 2 weeks ago, and he told us the story. He was very open, and he said
he's unbelievable, great person.
If anybody hasn't listened to the podcast episodes with Gianluigi Quincy,
bravo.
He was.
I didn't say that. He's one of the amazing person that I met because he's so open. Like he admitted, like this is
he was open, and he told the story of how he was gifted. And did he work hard enough? No. And it was too late. There was coaches, this, it was too late in his head. He couldn't change the situation. So, and he does, it will be the word, he does advise the importance of getting everything right, getting those building blocks and pieces from early days because it's just too late when you're 18, 19. He's an
amazing person. He tried to use his experience to help everybody. And this is super important, like what the parents guarantee is super important. And I will say thanks to him, then I learned a lot from him, for sure. Yeah, in the time I was with him, I learned a lot, and he's super intelligent, nice, So
how do you've Tyson and Tyra. Is Tyson more gifted? You say he's good with the hands. I saw him hit the angles today. I've seen him play a few times. Yeah. Is he a little bit more gifted?
He love Kyrgios. He love crazy shots. He love so he dedicate a lot in this. That's why I say he's supposed to dedicate more in the from the back in the discipline like that. Because now he's 11 just turned. He do what he make for him is funny. And this is good because I don't want robot. Like some kids practice 6 hours, boom, boom, back and forth. Who knows when he was 14, 15, say, no, I don't want to play no more. So I don't want to take out from this. And because anyway, this type of they will advantage when he will grow. He will know how to use the hands. The important thing, my goal with him here, make him more mature. More like, yes, this is good. Will be advanced, but you need something more. And this more called discipline. That's what I work with Tyson right now.
And how do you work with discipline with him?
Talk. That means talk and speak about like Gianluigi, speak about a lot of people. Like, for example, we speak a lot because the father played basketball a lot. Jordan, Kobe, all the best basketball players, for example, even in the tennis, Nadal, how build the player they are, like not just crazy hits, but just like repetition. Does make you confidence in the court. And when you want, you will be able to do this, the crazy, but everything's got to start from the boring part, that sometimes is boring, but this is necessary. So talk and try to make us say, compromise, let's do 15 minutes this and 30 minutes in the other situation. Of course, now here is not super advantage compared to the other kid because he's super skinny, as you see. Yeah. So the boy that you saw in the court, he already have muscle. Some kids, some parents or coach decide in this early age they make him do weights. For me, my decision is like working the coordination. Then he have a lot. And try to find skill and discipline. Of course, for me in this age, how big and powerful you are make a lot of difference. Yes. At this age. Certain age after, everybody more or less, they will lift weight, they will catch it up. But in this moment, some kids grow up faster, bigger. So the ball, like if you see Yannick, when he started to win, he was played the same way the year before. Started to win when he put more body. Before he was skinny and didn't win nothing. And Ricardo always tell us, he started to win when he put some weight. When he put some weight, the ball, same thing they did last year, did a one-on-one match, start to win.
I did hear if Yannick puts on a little bit more weight, he'll do even better again. He's missing a few kilos.
Yeah.
And here as well, like there's a big age difference. You say he's just turned 11. There's
he's from December
here, and at that age, a year is a big
difference mentally and physically. But Tyson is skinny more than 2 years younger than him. in this moment.
Yeah.
You know, he's just.
But he's tall. He's not so small.
Yeah. Because the father was ex-basketball player, is super tall. So Tyson, no doubt, he will come super tall because the father is. He was playing in a rebound position, so he's really tall. And that's why if you see the legs are really tall, so he will come really, the finger super long. So he's like this, you know, right now he's all over.
He's so fluid and flexible.
Yeah, he's all over the place. Yeah, even with sometimes he hit the forehand and the racket.
But I saw him do it last year. He did it here.
Exactly. So he need power. Of course, now when he play with thick kid, is hard for him. Then he's like 32 kilo. Is nothing like to contain the heat. But for me, it's important thing to learn the technique. And I remember Yannick. He was skinny like this. Super skinny still, but super. That's why he was always injury, always hurt. Didn't win. He didn't win nothing in the junior, because the problem of the skinny kids is when they play with the thick, they use a lot of power. Like it's difficult to maintain. But for me, this is the key. If you learn the skill and you learn to manage without use the power. Without power in this age, when you put power. Is bingo. Like Yannick, you learn to play without power. Because if everybody play with power, when you gotta jump to the pro, what you have? No skill. You need something else. It's not just boom, 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 power. And this skill you learn when you kid. Because like Yannick, like Tyson, have no chance to win with the power right now. So if they want to try to stay in the game, they gotta develop something else. Like blind people, they cannot see, they gotta develop some other sense to, you know, for me, a little bit like this.
I see it a bit like, well, two things. One is the small players. So the really small players who aren't small when they're competing at this age as well. It's like being a really light player. You're not going to win on power, so you develop other skills. And then when you're 16, 17, you grow. And all of a sudden you have these great hand skills, speed, you have your footwork, and then now you have power. You're like, this is...
Because you learn learn to win without power. So when you put the power, is add.
And two, some kids here are playing 6-7 hours a day.
Yeah.
So they may be peaking today, or this year, next year, and it doesn't get any better from them. Yeah. So
I see some kids that already have 100%, like perfect. I see one girl. Now, then I was speaking even with Yannick, so super good, like 100%. What you can have this girl? Nothing. She's already finished at 12, and then I wonder how you finish at 11, 12. Like, it's hard to. So what you will do for the next 20 years?
No, it's tough.
It's tough. You finish already. Like, and I remember always Quincy. You know, for me, you gotta manage. First of all, you gotta learn without power. You gotta learn skill. You gotta learn coordination. And parents, what I gotta do? You gotta still you gotta still leave the kids in the situation. You gotta have fun. Because if you have no fun, no more become a job at this age.
Yeah, no, they burn out by
it will. How can continue for 20 years? A miracle, just one every 10,000. You know, so and Tyson definitely is crazy in the mind.
I've heard.
Super crazy.
He's mad.
So it will be for sure one of the type of player that you don't know how he play. You can expect everything, like from the drop shots, like short angle he do. We love all this type of trick. See, you know, and one day they will have a lot of fun, because this is the key to continue to play tennis.
I think this is a really important point from Cinzia. We've mentioned previous guest Gianluigi Quinzi's junior career a lot so far in this episode, but something he remembered was the feeling of pressure he had even when he was still a kid, and looking back throughout his whole career there was a feeling of pressure. He said that winning became the most important part of playing, and Gianluigi recognised later on this could have been something that affected his overall development. So we got to recognise here, ultimately we're talking about children here, and the importance of having fun and making sure that winning does not become the driving force of their junior career. It's all about fun, and that's what will bring the motivation in the long term. This is just a quick reminder you're listening to Functional Tennis, the podcast that helps you get 1% better every day. With me, Fabio Molly. Coming up on the podcast, I asked Cinzia about how she maintained a positive and productive relationship with the coaches of her children. I also asked Cinzia whether she thinks her kids would still be great players if she wasn't involved in their careers. And Cinzia explains the differences between junior boys and young girls. But first, I want to ask her about her recent move to the US. Okay, moving on to you talk about you're at Piatti, you were there for a long time, 7 odd years. You've recently moved to the States.
Yeah.
Why did you move? And obviously, is it for the good of your kids?
Well, I have a great time, first of all, in Piatti, and everything, it was super nice. But like we will speak before, the role of the mother is to understand when the time to move. I don't think, I learn now, back in the day I didn't know, then there is nothing forever in tennis, besides Nadal and his uncle, because he's his uncle, obviously he's his uncle. But it was the time, you know when like somebody can, it's difficult when the coach coach to you, after a little while, nothing come no more, and it's difficult to have the same coach for many years. So Tyra, she was a really comfortable situation there where she was not greedy no more because everybody was super nice, everything it was good, but keep tell the same thing, but she have no competition inside to achieve something different. No, she don't challenge herself no more there. So I said, okay, this is the right time to put Tyra in difficult situation to show that the world is not this easy. Tennis is a challenge. So you got to start in another part of the world from zero, where you count zero. In the federation, then it's different of the academy. Academy, you go there, you pay, whatever, all the attention. Federation, if you don't are 100%, you out. Because there is a million kids, then it will be able to take your place. And the federation, they have in time zero, they tell you, or you work straight and you're good, or otherwise we have, look, the line there. You have how many states are US, so many. Yeah. How many people play tennis, so many. Say, so you are blessed to come here. We will give you 100%, but you got to deserve it. And this was what I'm looking for. I'm looking for then something like, okay, I got to go hard, otherwise somebody else will kick my butt. And this will so far work really good because since we left Europe, now she's top 70 in the world. She was like 600. 70 in the world, she will be able to compete in Roland Garros and all this in 4 or 5 months. Yeah. But not because over there it was a miracle. It doesn't exist a miracle. It exists then how much you challenge yourself to achieve your goal. So she know then over there is no academy, it's not play game. It's like, oh, you got to go hard. Because so many bigger, stronger, American people are bigger than Europe. Work hard physically, and Tyra, she didn't like back in the day work hard. She have no chance. She got to work hard, and she found a great coach. Then is Tom Gutterbridge, is English. And
Tom Goodridge.
Yeah.
Oh, we had him on the podcast. Good guy. He used to work with CC Bell.
Yeah.
Really nice guy. Good coach. Yeah, we know him well.
He's a fantastic person. And Tyra, she have great relation. I was blessed and I found him. And Katie Rinaldi, my girl, Katie Rinaldi, then she's the captain, she was ex-player and she's the captain there. Then love Tyra, and Tyra love. This is the most important figure that we related with. We was really blessed to have in our tennis life. So now she's with Kat in the Ray Beach to play ITF. And perfect. I can say nothing. They helped with mentally with me. We work as a team together in an amazing way. And they understand my point of view. Nobody jeopardizes nobody. We work really in great synergy.
How do you, I'm trying to think the best way to say this, how do you explain your experience when you're talking to the coaches and you're giving your point of view? How do you explain that and not become overpowering? You don't want to be that control parent, or are you the control parent?
It's
Are you willing to listen to others as well?
It's difficult because, first of all, I start as a parent, so you start already like you don't understand nothing for the tennis world because you're a parent. The parents figure in the tennis world, unfortunately, they look in a lot like they destroy the kids more than help. It's not like this. Okay, a lot of time happen. Then they pretend too much expectation, too much. But I'm a kind of parent, then I spend the 6 years in Piatti every day in the court. Every single ball, every single section, 6 hours a day. Sometimes I went to the gym too to see if they work hard, so my day never end. Do schoolwork in the car, eat in the car, all this from one side to the other. So I learn a lot from the best. And Tom is super nice because he's open mind. So when I talk about what I see in Tyra, he listen. He listen because he's, I think just if you are a good coach, they cannot. I remember Piatti always listen everybody. When they come for stage, they coach to him. He was listen to the people that come to listen to him. So that's how good you are. So Tom actually was listen and keep listening, Katy too, my point of view. And sometimes they agree, sometimes no, sometimes they ask me for opinion, but we try to find the best way for everybody. And this is how, now I'm in my mind something like to change for Tyson.
Yeah. How do you, obviously, so you found a coach for Tyra, like, she's part of the USTA until if she keeps working hard.
Yeah.
Tyson, what happens to him?
Yeah, Tyson, unfortunately, was a little bit sacrificed in the last months because we travel in Colombia, South America, a lot for months, California for the tour. And the movie US, it was basically for Tyra settlement because in USTA, for Tyson is too early right now. They deal with the kids with Jordan, then is 1 year, but technically it's 2 years because Tyson from December. And you see, Jordan is already big boy,
he was
muscle,
last year.
Yeah, muscle and everything. Like, yeah, baby ball in this moment is too heavy for Tyson. They work in different way anyway. So I was a little bit dedicated to her, and I leave a little bit Tyson in the side because you cannot do two things in the same. So now then I have perfect assignment for Tyra. I try to understand. I was speaking even with the agent, then is super fantastic, Loic, and Max, to find the right assignment for Tyson. Hopefully the same one that I found for Tyra, and we're looking for something then. It will be combined the same, my opinion. And
yeah, so it must be really hard as a parent. There's 2 kids you love equally, I'm sure. Yeah. How when you have to give one a little bit more attention, the other one is a bit left out.
I let you know, because Tyson went,
he's...
I'm here for her. What I'm doing here?
Yeah. He's not afraid to...
No.
And just quickly, tell us, what's the role of the agents? How do they make your life easier?
I can tell about IMG. I don't know about it.
Yeah,
other agents, because I always be with... Well, IMG is unbelievable, but I don't tell you because my kids are with IMG. Unbelievable, because they really are. Like Max and Loic, they are there always to support me in every choice and suggest me. They have experience for I don't know many years, like so many. Like Maxi was Sharapova agent and Lina. Loic is young, but is the young with the really open ear. Build a lot of experience really fast, always supporting, always suggest me, and always agent is good if you always stay by your side. If the thing is bad and they left you, this is like, and the feeling I have with Loic and Max, they always try to help me. They always try to suggest me, and I know that if some problem, I can always call him, and they will help. My kids love them. Really, like they have a great relation with both, and they help you a lot financially too. Yeah. Then tennis is brutal sport, so expensive. Tournament, like everything, like coach, physio a lot, physio and equipment. It's not like soccer is more easy.
Yeah, a lot easier.
Basketball is super easy.
And you're with your friends every day. It's easy.
Exactly, this mentally. And that's why I heard that in US, when you go in the meeting for a job, they look a lot which sport you did. And when you do a single sport, you are advantage because they say you have a leader mentality. And if you do team, they address you more, stay together but not as a leader situation. And tennis, they say, is when they go to found a job in US, they look at a lot like...
Interesting.
Yeah.
And what would happen if the past few years the kids didn't have you there? Let's say you were busy working 9 to 5, solicitor, whatever job you had. Do you think the kids would be where they are now, the level?
I gotta be honest with you. I heard so many stories about, my kids choose this sport, it's so nice. My kids love it, they push us up. I never saw no one that love to stay at this age 4 or 5 hours, I heard 6 hours, then hit the ball the same spot for 2-3 hours. No. For me, always the parents in the beginning. You know what happens when the kids start to win? They start to see how the life it is, they motivate themselves. And when they see the lose, they motivate even more because they want to come back and compete. Like my son now, when we go train, because I lost. When we go train, I want to train because no one backhand in the court, he told me. Okay. But in the beginning, it's always the parents. Then I gotta say, okay, this is discipline. You gotta stay there and say, okay, you will love it. When you will win, you will understand all the sacrifice. But all these interview that I see about, my kid is 40, want to party 5, and the kids like to play for fun, but not 2-3 hours, do the boring routine by herself. They will never do it.
No, it's definitely fun. What advice do you have for parents who aren't coaches? Let's say you have 1 or 2 kids who play tennis, they're good, but they're not coaches. They don't have time to be on the court with the kid all the time. What advice do you have for them? Because we have many listeners like that.
Okay, everybody have different personality. For example, Yannick, he came in the academy when he was, I think, 13. He was 12 or 13, but he was already, 12, 13 with 10, 11 is big difference. Tyra, for example, I leave her alone now. She just turned 15, but even last year she was ready to go, to jump by herself. She wake up by herself, she don't want to be late, and she see that everybody around her, they are really good discipline. So she don't want to say, I don't want to be the bad girl. I want to be like the one that then talk good about it. Tyson age is different. Tyson age, they are in the stage already, they want to play, have more fun. At least my son is like this. Then stay 3 hours to hit the ball. When he will be 12 or 13, he will feel even more the competition, he will be more mature. This is the time that maybe the parents can see if he will be able to manage by herself.
So you really think the parent has to be very close to the kid in the early...
Definitely. But not just in the tennis. I was reading these psychologists, Italian psychologists, then they say, unfortunately not a lot of people can do, but they say like that. Parents complain about how they bad behavior of the kids. But if you don't stay really close to your kids until 13, at least 12, but better 13, you cannot pretend that in the difficult age that has been adolescence, the kids will talk to you or will listen to you or pretend that they will do what you ask. It's super important from 0 to 12, 13 to stay, especially in the tough moments. Otherwise, they don't listen to you no more. When you are 12, 13, if you give a good print, in printing, maybe they will be able to be alone. But look, Serena, the father, he left her when he was 30. Yeah. Look, Sharapova. Yuri was always in Maria. I met him really close because for a certain time, Riccardo was coaching Maria. So Maria and Yuri was a lot there. And I spent time and spoke with Yuri about the process. And he was telling me how important, because tennis, one coach, one personal trainer say that, one other coach say that, an agent say that, it's like circus all over, they spin so fast. And if you don't slow down to understand what happened, first the parents got to slow down to filter and show another reality, because like sometimes the most important thing got to do is filter the reality, because otherwise it's too much at this age. Too much, everything is too much.
I'm sure having like kids who can be great tennis players when they're older, you get a lot of, as you say, there's a lot of crap comes through, and it's your job to, as you just said it there, to filter it. And do you get a lot of random stuff coming at you because the kids are going to be successful?
Yeah, and that's the reason why maybe some kids stop or some kids become really successful for later. Depend on the experience, how they live the experience in this age. That's why I say, I don't want to say that it's difficult, but if a parent is not present in the kid's life at this age as athlete, but even as normal athlete, it's difficult after pretend and they will see a lot successful, because it's a brutal war, tennis. Let's be honest, because you lose more than you win. If you have nobody to explain to you, then this is normal process, that is okay, then fail is no problem, because everybody fail. The important thing in how you react. They don't understand to do it by yourself.
It's tough.
And the coach, he care about you, but in the same time, he care about another 10 person. Then if you don't arrive, somebody else will do.
Is that why you see sometimes, I know you hear stories of, a coach has been a player's coach since they're 10 or 12. They had a small club in a small town in a country, and there was only really one player there, and they grew up together, and that's why you get and you get a good relationship where they understand the kid, they feel for the kid, they're good friends with the parents, and it's nearly like they're an uncle, uncle like Uncle Tony.
Yeah. I don't want to say that the big academy is a big problem because you're exposed, but that's one of the reasons why I choose Piatti, because it was more reality. 2 courts when I arrived. Nothing. It's a family. And when you have kids, have a family situation, it gives a perspective that kids can handle. So many courts, for example, USTA 97 court. What is a city? And it's too big. They cannot understand that.
I did hear at the Ferrero Academy, once Alcaraz is starting to do well the past year, the numbers have gone up. And some people who went there, because it was a small academy, have now left the academy because there's more people there. And they're like, what they loved about it is gone. They loved the intimate.
Bravo.
So I only heard that quite recently.
Yeah, but even in Piatti, the status small now, so many. So many people. Yanni become famous, so many people. Because one and another situation, then the parents gotta really be careful. So a lot of people go to the floor, okay, this academy have these 3 famous players. I go there because, no, everybody have different story. Otherwise, it was too easy. Otherwise, every daughter or son of the coach become number 1. I don't think a coach is the reason why a player become successful. I think a player can become successful if they make the right step in the right time, and if mentally you have this genetic predisposition to become a fighter. Because miracle doesn't exist. Otherwise, everybody going Ferrero, for example, become Nadal. Is too easy like this. So for now, I'm looking for something, for example, a segment for Tyson. For sure, I will don't look something where they have famous. Maybe it can happen, they have, but not will be not the reason. The reason will be the right place where technically will be good, where they will work a lot physically, because it didn't work in this whole tour. South America, California have no chance to work physically. Where in that moment will work, and I'm always conscious that no academy will stay forever. So parents gotta be smart enough to understand in this moment what you need. Can be even our coach in 1 court without no academy.
That can be better.
That can be the best.
Yeah, and tell me, how do you put a boundary between coach and tennis business mom and mom?
Wow, this is tough. This is the most tough. You asked me a really good question. After 6 hours in the court to 7, I got it. Sometimes, honest, I feel like I go in the car. I want to tell to her, okay, how you do the backhand like that? We tried 2 million times. I have here, and I gotta suck it up. I gotta just, it's okay. Gotta think before speak. Think, Cinzia, think. So how you doing? Okay, you ready to go to eat? Back in my mind saying, you cannot miss this. I always remember about that. I don't want to mention the type of player, but he's one of the best 3 players. Then Riccardo always tell me, when he was playing really bad, this player, and Riccardo coach him, the father was stay to, like I did today with Tyson today and clap. Good job, don't worry about it. But everybody, when I speak with the wife, say, I play so bad. How this is stupid retard backhand. And they say terrible thing. But when I look at in the face, say, you can do it. So I try to use this to filter again and to motivate it and switch the conversation, even if I have inside the most terrible thing to say, but I say, okay, I cannot do 24 hours, otherwise she will stop playing 2 years. So I force myself, okay, stop. But when I go in the bed and I like this, tomorrow we gotta try something for the backhand.
Get the notebook back there.
I have 1,000 notebooks full of.
And what about, like, I know recently, did you have a birthday party in a hotel room?
Yeah.
What happened there?
In California.
I know a lot of tales.
Yeah. We was in Indian Wells.
Okay.
Indian Wells, yeah. And we was in between one match and another one, so the all national team was there. So she said, oh, mommy, I want to do party. But, she have everybody a match in the day after in the morning. So I arranged, say, okay, we'll be 70 person. I said 70 person. Including the referees probably. So we said, no, you gotta buy so many stuff. Yeah. But in the end, we was like 20. Everybody went to sleep really early, but she was super happy. I have to arrange this too. You are in the tour, so you gotta arrange party.
I think you gotta do everything. It's important. These are special moments. Whether
you don't want to miss
tour
it.
Or on court, but their birthdays are special.
Yeah, she was really happy about to have all the friends. And we have sad moment when you are in the court too. You feel so bad. Like in Colombia, we gotta rush in the hospital. And give up to retire. She retired just twice in the life. This is from match. This is one of so scary moment. And I was blessed. Thank you, God, I was there because the coach was with the other 2 players. A national team her coach is the national team coach too. So, think about you, but you got to think about other 2 girls. So I'm really happy to stay there too.
They need you. Yeah, it's important because you're only kids at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And you've the 2 players, and one's a boy and one's a girl, but emotionally, I'm sure it's a different set of skills. Sometimes I spoke to a coach. We had a coach on our last episode was with Mark Gallard, and he works with females only. And I asked him a question about a male, and he goes, look, I'm not able to answer that because I work with females. And so what differences do you see emotionally between the boy and the girl?
Yeah. Definitely it's 10 times easy when the girl are until 14. From, let's say, when I start to 14, girl 10 times easy because they listen more, they are more in discipline, they are more educated, like they are like this, they are kind, they listen everything. And the boy, I can tell you about my kid, but I see all the kids, they are all over the place with the mind. They want just fun, they do retard stuff, like difficult to get in the discipline, to practice. So if you see the girl always more mature. But for me, when they will start 15, this is totally another ball game. Like girl, like you see in the match, up and down, they go crazy for no reason. Can you say, okay, it's already finished? You can shack dance. No, I see so many matches of Tyra, 6-1, 5-2 up, Las Vegas. Then after she won the tournament, second round, she was first round, she was super down and she managed to win. I don't know how. Second round, she was 6-1 down, 5-2 down, 0-40, she won the match.
Wow.
So all this up and down like a roller coaster. This is just girl.
Yeah.
Boy, for me, when they grow up, more easy, because less emotional. The thing I speak a lot with Tyra, say you gotta look at the boy. boy, they play without no emotion compared to girl. Ice. If you are a girl with the boy mentality, you are a winner. Because, like they are not afraid to hit the winner in the long line. Even if they miss, and okay, you miss it, but you do the right choice. It's like the soccer player, they gotta score the goal, like you're there, or you do it, you don't do it. But if you don't try, you will never know. So the girl, but the boy, they when they grow up, for me, easier than the girl.
The girls start easy, and it gets harder. The boys start hard, and it gets easier.
Easy, yeah. And this is what I saw, but all the coach that I spoke with all over the world, everybody told me the same. Everybody. The boy, the coach that work with the boys, I don't want to work with the girl. Because it's too much go ahead with the head.
It's a different
set going on.
It's a different set of skills, and that's why you see some coaches go down one route, or male only or female only. I haven't thought about it, but I don't know many who transition between the two.
It's difficult. That's why I say, Tom, you are amazing to the Tyra, because you gotta stay there and talk like a girl, because a girl have a problem of girl, even physically. So you gotta know when you have the time physically, then you cannot push, because leaking a iron and everything, and you gotta be like a friend. A lot coach man, I don't want to go to this. Come on, I'll go out to run. Go. I don't lose time with this.
They don't understand. They don't. Maybe they're not used to understand. Yeah. Maybe need male coaches with daughters would understand the picture.
Exactly.
I'm not sure if there's any scientific information to back that up. But.
No, but it will help, because if you have a daughter in the house, you understand this. This is really great. If you have a daughter, you understand the problem better in the court.
Yeah. No, that's it. I have one more question for you, Cinzia. It's something we ask all our guests. What advice do you have for players that we may tell your own kids that they can get, 1% better every day? That's how you get to your final goal. How do you, that constant improvement, what's your advice for that?
Well, first of all, the key, like I told you, you have to you gotta have a fun in the court. Because this is the key. Otherwise, it's like a go in the factory to work. How can I ask you to have a fun? No. So that means that the coach, they gotta create a situation. Then this kid, they gotta have a fun in the court. They gotta find the situation to make him work hard, but not making think to the player that he work hard. This can happen when they are older. So this is the key. Because if he lose this, he will go in the court just because you drive the car, not because he have fun. And second, for example, my son, everybody is different. My son is addicted to tennis in TV. So he watched 24, he wake up, he go to the bed with tennis. So that's why he learned the trick. And so he said, look, Rune, you think I will play with Rune? So he motivated his side because he want to play against, he say, if I play with Rune, I will hit him in the backhand, for example. If I play with this, look at he can do a video analysis because he know everything. So look, Rune, then here is the only one he told me to the coach, we was with the amount of, he have the elbow down, everybody open like this, and he video analyze everybody. This is help a lot to him, and help a lot in the court, but help a lot then he want to be in the same position than those players are. So he motivated himself and he want to reach this goal. Nice. Watch tennis for sure if you have passion, help a lot. Because, like you see every day your idol and say, look, I'm here with these kids, I want to be there. So what I can do?
We've had a lot of coaches recently say that on the podcast, kids don't watch enough tennis.
I have the opposite problem, because in my TV, nothing, I don't know, I don't see movie, everybody, my friend call me, did you see this now? Is manipulate the TV, nothing no more. This is important. Actually,
one more question. You talk about friends and the commitment you've made or are making today. You've probably lost friends.
No, yes, everybody.
And how has that been emotionally for you to, I'm sure you have long-term friends and now you've traveled around the world and you just kids. Everything is around the kids. And maybe for the next 10 years, that's all it's going to be. So how do you deal with that?
Right. First of all, I got to tell you honestly, 90% of the people think I'm crazy. And they think to all the parents in the tour, they are crazy because you got to sacrifice everything, like I told you. But I have 2-3 person, like the coach is here, then he's a good friend of mine. He was the first coach of Tyra. Then he know the situation because he's coach. So he say, I don't mind if you don't call me. I know then what is going on. The good part, then you met a lot of people. Then it will never be your friend because in this business, everybody like is against each other. Exactly. Even parents, everybody's. But you gotta have a strong base. Like the professional, you gotta have family is important. Then support you. Like my mother called me, my father called me, and that's all I need. And unfortunately, the kids, they gotta grow up in this way. Because if you play tennis, stay 1 week here, another week over there, the friends will be the people in the tour. They will never be your friends. Because it will be friends, but opponent in the same way. So same interest, same direction, but somebody gotta kill somebody. So it will be crazy, but they live, it's the truth, they live different life. They don't live their normal life like the kids in the school. Okay, let's go to in the park. No, it will never happen.
Do you think a kid with a half normal life living at home, let's say a kid in Dublin, let's say, has a good coach, lives at home, trains hard, travels a little bit, but not a lot, hasn't moved base. Do you think they can make it?
Yeah. I think they can make it. You know why? They can make it depend how much they really want that. I don't think there is a secret or a key. So let's do that like Yannick or like Tiafoe did. No. Everything. For example, Yannick, he came in Piatti, left the house at 12 or 13, I don't remember, 12 and a half, 13. Everybody said, he's crazy, like he's too young. He make it. Somebody stay 24 hours with the kids and you don't go nowhere. So somebody go in the big academy with the unbelievable physical trainer, famous coach, and don't go nowhere. And somebody go with the last coach, then Don Marino, and they become super well. For me, it's not kids. For me, like I told you, it's a combination in the way what you teach to your kids and in the way you teach to achieve what they want. But they gotta want it first, otherwise. And
okay, this I promise my last question this time. But
no problem.
How I think outside influences can be an issue where kids are influenced by their friends for maybe material objects they have or holidays they go on or alcohol or who knows what. How do you ensure your kids have control of their own mind, that they're not, they don't?
I speak a lot about, I show a lot about what happened with right or wrong choice. Like for example, in America, they show on TV a lot the rapper or some athlete, they're handling in bad way. So I already give all the advice. They already know what happened if they make the wrong step. And of course, I help in every day to work in the right situation, but this world is full of different temptation or whatever, easy thing. And for me, the good situation is when the mother understand, speak every day with the son, try to understand in which way he changed every time, in the way he told to you the new statement and he say, and then he start to change and go in another direction, and always present what is in front of you. Okay, you like this, for example, is a stupid thing like listen rapper. There is health rapper and bad rapper. Health rapper, like they're talking about politics, talking about rights of black people, for example. I mention this because my kids have 2 races, black and white. So I always encourage to support both and be supportive. And but some rapper, they use this state of, for example, be black, but they use it in turn in the dirty way. So say terrible thing, talk in trash way. So I said, look, in the long journey, in the long term, how you see this guy? What do you see happen? Drink, drugs, and full of, like how he handled himself. You see like what he put as a basement of the building. You think this is solid? Say no. So you see, he told me last time, say, yeah, I see this kid, like 15, he was shot in the street, because in America, shot in the street, and he was a famous rapper. Say, yeah, because it's like, if you don't create nothing, and and your base is not solid, that's what you expect. So that's why, for me, I always say sport is amazing war, because they try to keep you away from bad temptation as more is possible. So if this is one of my goals, if I can take my kids out of brutal reality, this is my first goal. Second goal, to make him more mature, like with tennis, to take a decision, to handle himself with discipline. This is the second goal. The rest of the thing is benefit more, but for sure sport is something that every parent's got to consider, to don't let him stay all the time in the phone. Because the phone is like, everybody have the phone, the tablet, yeah, but what is showing the phone? Because I see my kids, everything pass. It's difficult. I gotta what do you do? Change.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta be like a dog in the neck when they see video clip. And even the song, not a lot of people in Italy, for example, understand English. And the kids sing this crazy word, then it's just bad word, kill you, kill her, like, I said, oh my gosh, and this is staying in the back of the mind and the kids. That's why now if you speak about murder, nobody is, okay. I remember when I was kids, murder, I was in shock. Because in the video, in video game and the music, so...
Normalized.
That's why back in the conversation, in the question you asked me, how important is the parent in the kid? Not just for become athlete, but for become a good human being.
Yeah, well, that's what it's all about.
Because at our age, maybe you younger, much more younger than me, for sure.
Not that one.
No, but I didn't use a tablet and internet, so I had no chance to understand how brutal was the war. Stay in the house, homework, in my work. So the parents went to work, and it was okay because I was in the house, the cartoon. Now it's not okay because the kids is in this room, but with the tablet or the phone, is in the Brooklyn, in the park, is in the sex house, they can be in everywhere, So you feel safe to leave your son aside. He's in the house, but you don't know what happened.
It's tough. Okay.
Tough.
Yeah, Cinzia, thank you very much.
No problem.
Very interesting.
And good luck all the parents, because it's the tough job. Is not coach, is not psychology. Is the parents.
Thank you. Wish you all I look forward to checking in 5 years and seeing how the story has evolved.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Good.
That's the end of the show today. Thanks so much, Cinzia, for coming on the show. Tyson and Tyra have a huge amount of potential, and with you in their corner, I'm sure they're going to go and achieve some amazing things in tennis. Thank you all for listening. Just a few quick notes before we go. Make sure to follow the show so you get automatically notified about new episodes wherever you listen to podcasts. If you would like to learn more about me or the work we do at Functional Tennis, visit our website at functionaltennis.com. You can also follow the show on Instagram at the Functional Tennis Podcast, and with me on Twitter, FabMall. This podcast is produced by One Fine Play. James Bishop is the executive producer. Connor Foley is the series producer. I've been your host, Fabio Molle. Thanks for listening to the Functional Tennis Podcast.